Well, hello again, football fans. Welcome to Friday Night Varsity Flashback. Once again, we are in Week 8. The Mideastern has gotten underway. We had craziness all over the area, Dan.
Oh, the crazy doesn't even begin to tell you about tonight, folks. Holy cow.
Like I said, we'll get into the Mideastern, but let's start with that craziness. We had South Columbus at South Brunswick. Battle for the Waccamaw at the top spot. The winner has the inside track here. And South Columbus, sporting their pink socks, they had the best defense in all the area coming into this game, giving up just 35 points through 5. But South Brunswick on the opening drive, you slant to Cam Scott from Nawan Watts, and that just set the tone for the game. It ended up being a scoring fest. South Columbus responded right back with a score from Jamal Hemingway. 2 huge plays from Brian Riggins. Easily the play of the night right here. He goes down the sideline, dives around cornerback Gary Williams, reaches out, somehow secures this ball right in front of the official, so you know it's a catch. He's rewarded a few plays later with a jump ball in the corner of the end zone. Gets the score. It's 34-21 right now.
Yes, right now being the key part of that sentence, because South Brunswick actually scored to make it 34-21, and then the lights went out. That was at 2 minutes till 10. At 11:45 tonight, they tried to bring all the lights back on. They decided that that wasn't happening. At least the lights did, and I think the players wanted to get going. That game has been suspended until 4 o'clock Monday afternoon, again, at South Brunswick.
Well, let's go to the Mideastern.
Yeah, finally. Okay, now in town. Rose at Ashley. This was another crazy game, even though it didn't start off that way. A little slow going. Ashley got a turnover on the very first play from scrimmage. Couldn't punch the ball in the end zone. Chance Shepard looking for somebody at the end zone, goes right through the receiver's hands. They have to settle for 3. They got a couple more turnovers, got a late touchdown in the first half, and they were up 10-0. But Rose came back, scored, then scored 2 times in the fourth quarter. They had the lead with less than 3 minutes left. Shepard runs the ball all the way back down to the 1-yard line, but a procedure penalty pushes it back to the 6. And Rose gets enough stops in the last minute of the game to run out the clock. Rose 21, Ashley 17. Jason Tyndall said it afterward. We shot ourselves in the foot here. And unfortunately for Ashley, we've heard that far too many times in the last couple years. Close, very close, right, but not winning.
Right, and right now it's pretty difficult, pretty crowded Mideastern. At non-conference play, you got teams 3-3, 3-3, 4-2. So it's crowded. They're going to need to pull those tight ones out.
This would have been huge because realistically, it would have been Ashley and maybe Laney playing for second place. And now they're in a dogfight to stay in the upper half of the league.
Yep. And now going to that Laney team you talk about, it's kind of a tale of 2 seasons for them. Last year, winless in the conference, obviously winless altogether. This year, they're looking to jump out against a Hogger team who's trying to avoid going to the unthinkable 1-6. Yeah. Right out the gate. Packed house, loud, exciting. The Bucks were ready to be there. Their fans were ready to be there. They took the opening drive. The second play from scrimmage is a 54-yard play from Sheehan to Clay down the sideline. That set up a 4-yard score. They were on fire. Hogger had a real methodical drive to back that up. But then Laney, once again with that big play, a 45-yard pass from Sheehan to Clay. Second time they hooked up, Sheehan would go on to throw 3 touchdowns. A 45-yarder over the top, put them in the lead. Hogger managed to take a lead right before half. They recovered a fumble, went down, scored, but out of the gates in the second half. The 3rd touchdown from Sheehan. He hit Ernest Andrews on a 31-yard strike. Sheehan finished 15 of 25 for 237. Andrews and Clay combined for 13 of those catches and 125 of those yards.
Again, another big night for Sheehan and those 2 receivers. Right. And it doesn't matter how you get there. This is gigantic for Laney to win this game. Gigantic for them. They needed a win like this to solidify everything they'd done.
Some they needed, some to set the pace, but another game, someone looking to run away with it over here. New Bern, New Hanover, we billed it as the game of the top dogs.
And, well, one dog showed up, and the other dog was sent packing. New Bern's for real, folks. This one started tough. Like I said, we thought this was going to be it. It was 14-6 with 20 seconds left in the first half. And then New Bern decided that the game was theirs. Quarterback Josh Taylor came into the game. He had 14 touchdowns and 1,000 yards already on the season. He had a drive in the final seconds, got him a field goal at the buzzer that put him up 2 scores. Then New Bern came out of the break, scored 2 more times in the 3rd quarter, pushed that lead even further out. Karan Simmons had a couple touchdowns. He weaves his way through everybody for a score here. And then Taylor throws another touchdown. Hanover got a couple of touchdowns late in this one, but Kevin Motzinger said his team was unfocused and very frustrated. coming out of this one. He was very surprised that they had an emotional letdown because they had done so well with that this year.
Well, I was at that game, and when you look at it, New Bern had 2 weeks off coming into it, and this is a team of explosive athletes. They've got 4 wide receivers who are capable of all going deep. They've got a running back who weaves through, just incredible team of athletes. You give them that kind of rest, and then on the flip side, New Hanover with a bunch of penalties, that's going to hurt. So.
Yeah, like I said, very, very surprising result from them. I expect them to bounce back hard next week on somebody.
Well, let's get into some of the other scores from around the area tonight. Like we said, we've given you all the Mideastern scores as well as that South Brunswick, South Columbus, which is still going. East Bladen and West Brunswick, 54-35 for Bladen. A.J. McCoy had 290 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns in that one as East Bladen looks to keep pace in the Waccamaw. West Bladen blanking North Brunswick. Dan.
34-0. The story here is North Brunswick starting quarterback Chris Hamilton and starting running back Jairus Thomas, suspended for the first half of this game for team discipline. They came back in the second half. Gary Bishop said it wouldn't have mattered. They've been in there. There was a lot of unfocused here. He was very frustrated afterward. And North plays South Columbus next week. They've got to figure it out quick.
Wallace Rose Hill 49-7 over Lakewood. Pender 56-13 over Midway. They keep rolling, both of them. That sets up a 1 versus 2 in the 1A next week at Pender.
Oh, that's the game we all was hoping was going to come around, and here it is. They're both coming in this game on a roll.
You're probably going to hear about that one a little bit more as the week goes on.
Just a little.
Finishing it up, Trask lost to Keenan 47-12. East Duplin Topsail, that game will be played Saturday at 7 p.m. And East Columbus over West Columbus 32-20. Well, that's it for us for Friday night. There's still going to be some scores pending, so check back on Wednesday for those. We got a game Saturday. We got a game that's delayed till Monday. Be sure to check out starnewsvarsity.com for all your needs, scores, stats, highlights, standings, whatever you want to see. Check it out.